What is going on, traders, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. Now in this video, I'm going over my watch list for the trading week of September 26, 2022. Let's get to it. First up, the catalyst of the week. Now we have several economic reports coming out, including some on home pricing, consumer confidence, and consumer spending, but nothing in my opinion that will move the market how FOMC, CPI data, or even Jerome Powell speaking would. All right, let's go ahead and check out this week's earnings calendar. Looking at this week's calendar, I see a few meme stocks like BlackBerry and Bed Bath & Beyond, but I really don't play those. I just sit there and watch what they do. Now the ones I do like this week are CarMax, Micron, and Nike. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the watch list. All right, so what I like to do is I like to look at the indexes first. And what I'm looking for is any clues or indications of what could possibly happen in the upcoming week. Now here I have the QQQ on the weekly chart. And when I'm looking here, I don't see anything that gives me any confidence. Now you can see here that we're clearly in a downtrend, but we know that the market doesn't go straight up or straight down. We have periods of recovery or consolidation before the next move. And as you can see here, we'll make a new low and then we'll have a recovery phase before the next move to the downside. And then we'll have another recovery phase before the next move to the downside. Now, are we in store for another recovery phase before the next move? I can't tell because we're pretty much in a no man's land area when it comes to levels. But I do see that we did bounce off the 200 moving average this past week, okay? But if I look at the SPY at the same point, we have a few more dollars to drop down before we get to the 200. So like I said, I don't really see anything that gives me confidence in either direction right now. So what we'll have to do is play what we see on a daily basis, okay? All right, so the first stock on my watch list is going to be Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. And here I have it pulled up on the weekly chart. Now, even though Apple closed green on the week, right here, you can see that there was a lot of selling pressure on here, and we still closed and held $150, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and move down to the 2-week 1-hour chart and talk about the levels that I see this week. Like I said, we're sitting around $150.50. For the bullish scenario, Apple has to stay above $150. If it does, the first level that I'm looking for it to test is around 152. If it can get through that, up to 155. If it can get through that, 157.25, and if it can get above that, 158.75. okay? Now if Apple cannot hold $150, the first level that I'm looking for it to test is around $148.50, and if it can't hold that, all the way down to around $138, $139. And if it can't hold that, the next level down is $131.75, okay? So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. Okay, up next is Applied Materials, ticker symbol AMAT, and here I have it pulled up on the weekly chart. Now what drew my eye to this one is this very thin share accumulation area right here between $70 and $83. Now last week we did test this year's low of around $82.70 from early July, okay? But what I'm looking at right now is to see if we can hold that level this upcoming week. But first off, let's go ahead and look at the bullish scenario. Right now, Applied Materials is sitting around $84.25. It needs to hold that level. And if it does, the first level that I'm looking for it to test is $85. If it can get through that, the next level is going to be $89.25. And if it can get through that, the next level is around $96. All right. Now, what really drew my eye, like I said, is this level around $83 or $82.70. If it can't hold that, this very thin bioaccumulation from back in, November of 2020, you can see it ran out for 4 weeks straight. So it didn't consolidate much. So if it doesn't hold this level of around $82.70, I'm looking to see if it drops all the way down to around $69.50. And if it does, that'll be a nice play. So if you want, you may want to set some alerts to see when it touches or drops below around $82.75, okay? So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, up next is Alphabet, also known as Google, ticker symbol GOOGL, and here I have it pulled up on the weekly chart. Now with this one, Google has been having a hard time of things since it did its split and it broke this consolidation range last week. Now I tried to hold $100, but we ended up closing at $98.75 or so. All right. Now, if you look at the volume profile, we have a very thin accumulation area again for this one, under $96.50. Okay, so that's what I'm watching. Now, let's go ahead and look at the bullish scenario first. Let's move down to the 1 hour so it'll be a little clearer what we're looking at. All right. Now, right now, Google is sitting at $98.75. It needs to hold $96.50. If it can hold that, the first level that I'm looking for to test is that psychological $100 level. If it can break through that, the next level that I'm looking at is around $102. If it can get through that, the next level is going to be around $105.50. Now, if Google cannot hold $96.50, the first level that I'm looking for to test is all the way down to around $91.35. Okay, so keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, and the last one we're going to look at is Taiwan Semiconductor, ticker symbol TSM, and here I have it pulled up on the weekly chart. Now the same thing that I've noticed on other charts, I noticed on this one, a thin accumulation area. Now this one is between $61 and $73. Okay, now I had this consolidation range from back in July of 2020 drawn out, and it broke through that this past week. Okay, now right now Taiwan Semiconductor is sitting around $74. So let's go ahead and look at the levels that I'm watching this week. Okay, now like I said, it's sitting around $74. It has to hold this $73.50 level. If it does, the first level that I'm looking for at the test is around $76. If it can get through that, $78. If it can get through that, around $79.50. If it can get through that, all the way up to $82. That's the bullish scenario. Now, what really caught my eye, like I mentioned, is this level right here around $73.50. If it can't hold that, I'm looking for this stock to fall all the way down to around $61. Now, this scenario isn't unique just to Taiwan Semiconductor. If I look at AMD and I move out to the weekly chart, take a look at it. Same thin area right here, all the way down to around $60 for AMD. Okay, now if I look at Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA, same thing. Now last week I had posted on Twitter that I think I posted it on Twitter saying that Nvidia could drop down to $115, and you can see right now we're sitting at 125, and this thin area is all the way down to around 105. So the semiconductors could really get hit hard this upcoming week or the next few weeks if the market keeps selling off. Okay, so keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. And that is the end of the video. If you found value, please smash that like button and consider subscribing. Here's wishing you a prosperous week of trading, and until next week, talk to you later.